Willem Lammers is the founder of Logosynthesis. He discovered logosynthesis on 11th January 2005, so 19 years ago. Before that, he worked with various models and was never really happy. He finally developed logosynthesis and combined the power of words to solve blockages with spiritual knowledge. This unique combination can change your life forever. Today, Willem presents his new book, which we are already looking forward to. Clear a stage for Willem and his new book, Shaping Reality, Logosynthesis and the Courage to Create.
Okay, thank you very much, Monica, and thank you very much for the team. I will talk for about 20 minutes to half an hour about my new book, and I will make a PowerPoint presentation. Those who know me do know that I have slides all the time. So here's one. £5 a point, and after those points you have a cue or a clue what's in the book. So here it is. This is the title. It's online since today. You can order it as a ebook already at Amazon and Smashwords, and the printed copy seems to have a little bit of a delay, but Amazon will take it free in, let's say, 1 or 2 days. So here we go. So what does this book do? It invites you to find your mission in life, which is very useful every once in a while, to explore and to use the power of words with new techniques, which go beyond our basic procedure and other methods. And the purpose is to activate your courage to create. So we have a definition of 5 types of courage. And the courage to create involve these 5 forms. And to shape reality, you need the courage to learn, to practice, to act, to let go, and to play. And I will go on that here. So first, the courage to learn. And you have seen my new hobby is creating beautiful images with AI. So we have one, the courage to learn. And that means that you have to accept uncertainty and emptiness as opportunities for growth. And it means you're open to explore beyond familiar territories and establish knowledge. That's learning. You step into the void, as we call it, as a space for discovery. It means you engage in deep discussions with other people about what you want to learn. People will give you feedback, and you're open to feedback. And you explore new methods, theories, models, and so on. Then we have the courage to practice. And that means you're going to do something, but you're going to do something in a protected environment. So you apply new ideas in training or in other situations where you're supported. You ask for help. You learn together with other experienced people in the field. And of course, there's always a kind of discomfort when you notice, oh, there's more to do for myself, and you face that discomfort. You're working through the discomfort, and you enjoy profound transformation, because when you practice, you do something new. And you keep developing and refining new skills. And in fact, this looks as if it's a certain order, but in fact, every time, every day you do something new, you go through all these forms of courage. And maybe you notice what you did today, being here, was also already a sign of the courage to learn or to practice. So when you have learned and practiced, you develop the courage to act. That means you go into society, you go to and do something. And You make decisions in situations which are uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen. There are risks, something could go wrong. You're realizing that if you do something, it has an impact on other people. You're working together with others. You don't shy away from difficult choices. By doing, you're refining and improving your work. You mitigate risks and enhance safety. And you keep deciding to move forward despite doubts. And if you do that, you bring projects to fruition. Then, of course, if you do something, if you act in society, you must also let go of things you don't need anymore. And that takes courage. Just imagine you're cleaning up your attic or your cellar. What's all there which you need to get which you need to get rid of, and you let go, and you are not the person you were anymore. So on one side, you have to acknowledge that your influence has limits. You can't do it all. The world will take its own course. You accept that there's perpetual motion in life and that others choose paths which are not yours. You surrender to the unknown and you trust that what you release will find its place and purpose elsewhere. And if you let go, you also create space for fresh possibilities. So everyone who has become self-employed knows you let go of a job and you create a space for something completely new in your life. So number 5 is the courage to play. And that's very important. That's because play breaks through routines. It provides a spontaneous escape from distress, and playful actions and careful moments release your life energy. So if you're playing, if you create something unexpected, it adds magic and happiness to your life or to your project. And if you play, it's a catalyst for new ideas, creativity, and inspiration. So taking time to play makes you feel better. And it does also mean you don't have to be focused on your task all the time. It makes you more creative to say, I'm doing something new, something different. I played with my AI images yesterday and I loved it. And people who play learn faster. So if you get anything from this talk, it is that people who play learn faster. So all in all, this is all about the courage to be. Being, existing, means you're on this world or in this world, you're a phenomenon, you're a manifestation of essence, of your essence, and you live in this world, in the matrix. And being in this place is maybe something to be courageous or to become courageous about. So these are the 5 types of courage. Now the book has 3 parts and I go through them. So first part is discovering your mission. So you go in part 1 through a process of discovering and exploring your life task. What am I doing in this world? What am I as a being in this world? What do I want to train, learn, practice? And it offers a step-by-step approach to discovering your task and to clearing your mission statement, because many things you're doing in life are contaminated by expectations or wishes or desires of others. And the more clear you are about what you're here for, it's the influence of the others will be reduced. So that means you're able to access your life energy in the service of your mission. The red book, which is called Alone to Alive. And we focused on the purpose of this book here in a different way. So if you have read Alone to Alive, you will recognize some things, but also something are different. So part 2 is one of the most important parts. It's a really favorite concept of mine, containers. So, and containers for safety and development. So the container principle teaches you how you can learn and grow within the safety of established boundaries. This is, for 1 minute, this is maybe pretty abstract, but you will discover more in the course of this conversation. So you explore the challenges of transitions and transformations between containers. And I'll tell you what containers are. And once you have discovered in what kind of containers you're bound, it helps you to identify and release the energy patterns that limit your personal and spiritual evolution. And practical exercises take you to the point where the real work of shaping reality begins. And the interesting thing of this part of the book is Raya and I have gone through this for the 1 or 2 years, which took it to write this book, and it's a fascinating concept. So containers create a free space, a safe space for a being, a subject, an organism to grow, to develop, to expand. And you stay in a container for a certain time, and then you move on to the next container, the next safe place. And between containers or in the process of transition, there's a certain insecurity, and we'll talk about that too. So this principle was discovered by Wilfred Bion. He's a British psychoanalyst, and those who know something about group dynamics will recognize his name. And he did this around 1947, after World War II. And he found that all living systems develop within vessels, cocoons, containers. In Latin, contangere, it holds, something holds together. So a container holds something that can be a substance or a fluid in the physical realm, and it can contain organisms and subjects in the more complex ways of where people live together. So the containers can be physical, and then you have bags, bottles, bowls, boxes, buckets, cans, casks, cauldrons, chests, jugs, kettles, pots, sacks, tanks, vases, buggies, cars, trains, planes, hothouses, and houses. And you can put something into them and they will hold and protect it. So look at this picture. These are all containers. This is also a container. This is our grandson in his buggy, and you see it creates a safe, warm environment for him. And when he's together with his sister, first this one, he found a place in which there are boundaries where he feels safe. And here are both of them. And his sister is not so safe yet, but you see that he feels very confident. So these are the physical containers. But containers can also be biological. So you have peas, eggs, shells, cocoons, or uterus. And that sounds pretty abstract. Therefore, you have to make you more aware of the concept. We have a few pictures. So some examples from biology. an egg, beans, nuts. You see, there is an outer boundary and there's something in it which is vulnerable. And the outer boundary can be well protecting because you can't just eat it like this. You have shells. You have a butterfly, which makes this transition in this little container. A kangaroo, you're getting closer to people. An egg cell is a container for the sperm. There you go. The uterus is a container for the baby. The arms of the mother are a container. And you see there is safety. And this is not only biological, also psychological, social and cultural systems function along these lines. The little vulnerable system is separated from the environment by an outer boundary. So motherhood is also a container. A family is a container. A school class is a container. It has an outer boundary and it's a place to experiment and to learn. Teams are containers where people meet for a common task. Training in sports is a container on the way to playing on the field. Training is always safer than the situation where people compete. And workplace coaching or psychotherapy or other forms of guidance are containers in which people can show their vulnerable sides and work them through and become stronger. And also clubs, associations, political parties, churches, society, democracy are containers. This is the federal building in Bern where our parliament comes together and laser projections. And the matrix itself, the world you're living in, is a container for yourself on the planet. And in logosynthesis theory, you have chosen this environment in space and time in the service of your mission, your meaning in life. It's not the meaning of life, it's the meaning in your life. And a functioning container provides safety, and this safety enables people to grow and develop. And a dysfunctional container doesn't provide the necessary safety that you need to grow, or it holds you even though you've outgrown its task. And in fact, we are moving through all kinds of containers in time, and there are moments you notice, oh, I need to change something here. I need to change a relationship. I need to change a training program or an education. I need to change a job because it doesn't help me develop and grow anymore. So part 2 of the book invites you to explore the containers you're living in, your relationships, your work environment, the groups you're a part of, the organizations you're part of. And we offer a lot of exercises to help you find out if and how these containers still fulfill their functions? Do they offer safety and security? Do they provide option and environment for your growth and development? Do they serve the mission of yourself in this life? And these are very fundamental questions, and we designed a lot of exercises to become aware of the containers and where they fit your mission and where they don't. So that's the container part. And now we have part 3. And that's a new program we developed, and some of you have already taken part in experimental groups on this. This is the momentarily final form we have found for it. And the Move On program is designed to deepen your engagement with both your essence, what creates meaning in your life, and the matrix, the part of the world where you fulfill your task or you find this meaning. And once you are engaged with essence and the matrix, you can change the containers in your life. And it's possible to change a container or change a role in a container. When I worked in the rehab hospital, I had worked for a number of years as a psychologist, and then I took over a management function in the moment I started to be bored. And I had a director who said, "Oh, you can do more than you're doing now, so I'm going to give you another job." So I changed my job within the larger container of the clinic. So Move On is a new expansion of logosynthesis theory and method. So you may be familiar with the basic procedure, you may be familiar with mapping or timelines. This goes one level deeper, and it initiates a very deep change process with the help of a new protocol. And we work with a series of sequences of short statements. Some of you already had some experience with it. And we start from the viewpoint that change is a very complex process, but you can take it apart in little aspects you can address one after the other, step by step. So the Move On program is a complete new set of interventions. And this book as a whole is a journey through many aspects of the human condition. You can't say this is about fear or this is about trauma or anxiety or whatever. It's about living your life. It offers insights into all kinds of aspects of the matrix as a manifested essence. So it's spiritual, it has a spiritual part, it has a mental part, an emotional part, and also physical. And the book is accessible to everyone, whether you're a professional in the field or a person seeking personal transformation. It's not an easy book. It took us a few years to organize what we discovered in this way. The protocol is, let's say, more complex than the usual or the basic procedure kind of application of logosynthesis. Therefore, it goes deeper. It offers a theoretical framework, it offers story, it asks reflective questions, metaphors, and methods to help you move on. So the task of the book is for us to help you move on, or to help you to become more aware of where you are and where you want to go. So the book is on the one side practical, and on the other side completely spiritual. It offers tools to move on beyond trauma from the past, beyond relationship blockages and professional hurdles, and it guides you on your path of healing and development. So Logosynthesis is a model of healing and development, and this is what we're doing, and we keep doing it. So you discover your options, you make your choices, and you live your life from those choices. So sometimes people say, "Oh, I make a choice, but they don't live up to their choices. This makes it easier. Doesn't make it, it is not easy what I said, but it's worth the challenge. So each page of the book, 292 pages, invites you to offer enter a world of possibilities. And the only limits are those you choose to accept. So Eric Robbins made a beautiful remark on this. He said, this book is a testimonial to the power of words and the human ability to transcend limitations and shape a new reality. So if you're ready for a change and you seek ways to move forward with clarity and strength, this book is written for you. And of course, you can order it on Amazon, all major online outlets. It's available now. Here it is. We have a dedicated Facebook group, especially for this book, where we can discuss the material. Raya and I are moderators of this group. If you have questions, if you need support, we also plan to offer support groups which help you through the program, so you don't need to do everything on your own. And thank you for listening. And just playing a teaser for 2025. This is the next one. Thank you.